All right, welcome into this week's episode of the Power Hour. I'm Steve. C Red will be joining us in a little while, as will Cactus Rack. Not sure about Rion Skills after a show day. You just never know with him. So if he's on, great. If not, to talk about IPW and Frontline Pro, we will talk to intrepid champion Cory McHenry, who will fill us in on all the things that happened at those shows, which is great. Because I was at the Frontline show, but my memory is not so good anymore. So it'll be nice to have a young buck in here to keep me on my toes. But our special guest tonight is a man that I know all too well, all through the lores of crash tested wrestling, the resurrection of the Don Cameron Wayne. Cameron. It's been a while, my friend.
Yes, it has, Steve. And I must say we've came a long way since what's going on, what, 3 years? Three? Almost?
It's been a minute
Yeah.
since CTW has been active, but you know
Hmm.
what? That's okay.
Yeah.
The rivalry of GM Steve and the Don Cameron will exist in the multiverse forever. Like Captain America and the Red Skull, like Thor and Loki, the Don and main event Steve will always be there. Uh,
And
Go ahead.
but no, I was gonna say, and I must say, and that being my first time doing anything in the business like that, a 2 year build up and to end it how we did, I think that was like that will live in my heart forever.
I just got to
I
stop.
just had to
I
say
just got to stop getting in situations where I get my ass kicked. Plain and simple. And speaking of ass kicking, joining us in a correspondence role this evening is Frontline Pros intrepid champion Cash Money Cory McHenry. Hello, Cash Money.
How we doing? How we doing, Steve?
Hey, you
Hey, what's up, bro?
you got this guy. This is the Don Cameron Wayne, man.
What's going on?
This is like the
What's up, bro?
Godfather of crash tested wrestling, man. He'll make you kiss
Oh,
his
okay.
ring. He'll make you kiss his ring and shit.
Look at you, man. I like that belt, bro, and I got that same shirt.
Oh, see, he knows then. See, he
Yeah, he
knows.
knows. Once we're done grilling Mr. Wayne, Mr. McHenry, we will get into what happened at IPW and get into what happened at Frontline. But if you have any questions for the Don, or if you want to ask the Don a question, the Don is here for our enjoyment. Now, speaking of what the Don has been up to lately, tap the canvas. I've
Yes.
seen it. I like it. How did it happen? And how did you land a premier co-host like Jay Thunder, for God's sake?
Well, just like you, Steve, me and Jay were adversaries and crash tested.
Yes, you were.
We were on opposite ends of the coin, and we just at some point we just got together. We originally, and the funny thing is, we started off wanting to do a podcast together. We said let's put our differences aside and see if we can do this and come together and show people we can get along. And we originally started off with a podcast. And when we figured that, okay, let's try to make this something bigger, we got a third person. Shout out to our buddy Chris. And we turned it into Tap the Canvas, and the rest is history.
So let's talk a little bit about Tap the Canvas.
Mhm.
Give everybody an idea as to what they can expect when you, Chris, and Jay get down and do your thing.
Well, it's all wrestling based content creation. We are on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Think of us like the new day of content creators. The only thing is we're not sending anybody home like Big E. uh, but we got a show coming out almost along the lines of ESPN's First Take, where we're going to discuss any and everything wrestling, and not just the major leagues. We also want to focus on the incredible talent in the indies. A lot of them we've got a chance, me and Jay have got a chance to rub elbows with, and that we know, to showcase their talent and the amazing things they're doing, like Jay, like Nick, like Eric, and there's so many others that are doing great things. So just wrestling in general, we're going to cover it on all the platforms. And
Well,
you guys
when
here,
you're looking for guests,
uh-huh.
might I suggest Mr. McHenry, who is an outstanding guest, and right now there is no superstar in the Indies hotter than him right now because he is
Oh,
doing some big league shit out there.
oh, definitely, man, bro. You are welcome anytime. We can set that up. Definitely
Oh,
hit
most
the
definitely,
DM.
most
We
definitely.
got to get that McHenry. Look at see Reds at WrestleMania. See Reds at WrestleMania.
Yeah, yeah.
See Red, I am so glad to see you. I missed you terribly last week. Welcome back.
Thank you, but I'm sure you didn't even miss me at all.
What
Oh,
up,
come on. Of course we missed you, Red. It's not the power.
Red.
There's a lot less power in the hour without C Red.
Trust me, nobody missed me.
And now
OG,
What's up?
it's a pleasure to see you.
What? Hold on. Too many screens up. What's going on, Cameron?
What's
Uh,
up,
it's,
man?
it's been a
Jay
minute.
told I know Jay told me to tell you. He said, "What up, Unc?"
Oh Lord.
got so many nephews and grandchildren going after the udder, suckling on the teat of C Red.
but can, I was going to say, can I tell you guys a funny story? And it pertains to the legend C Red. I remember when we were
Love it.
doing Wednesday night wreckage, and Mr. Jed, and you know where I'm going with this. And Jed was telling me, you're going to go back and forth with C Red. You ready for that? And of course, me being cocky about, I said, yeah, I can go toe to toe with Red. He was like, are you sure? And I was like, yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. And then Red told me, okay, now I'm gonna let loose. And I said, I'm ready. And
We're
then
ready.
once that camera, that record button hit, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm holding my own. Then Red just let loose. And at the end of that, it had me questioning, like, oh crap, was this a shoot? Like I started like, and you know what though? And it was a lovely learning experience, and I just like, it was one of those things I will forever cherish, because I learned from that moment right there. I learned like why Red is who we say he is. So, but yeah, I love that though. I just had to tell that though, because see, Red was right there.
Go ahead, Red. Respond to that.
I mean, everybody knows. I mean, you know.
I learned that day. I definitely learned that day, Red.
Don't you hate when your kids send you messages while you're trying to do something?
Anyway, go ahead, Red.
I mean, that's the one thing I learned in this business,
Mm-hmm.
And for me, that's one of the places I try to get my joy from.
Mm-hmm.
You can have a shitty day, and your music hit, your intro hit, and right when you're supposed to go out, and you just cut it on, you know. Um, and as far as promos and interviews, I mean, again, at that time you was either gonna get good C-Red or you gonna get bad C-Red.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now
We hope we don't get Mr. Young.
yeah, you pray to give. If you thought bad C-Red that night was bad, don't ever cross Mr. Young.
Mr. Young is a piece of shit.
Red took me to the learning tree that day, and I he definitely took me to the learning tree that day, and trust me when I say I learned like, bro. But I cherish all those things that I learned from all you guys. The car rides home with Red, Steve talking to you, learning from Rion, hearing stories from Marche, all you guys. Like, I cherish all that stuff. You know.
That's where the magic is. The magic is in the stories. And there's always new stories coming. As a matter of fact, I got some new stories from this past Saturday on the way up to Frontline, because I got to be the personal driver for one Marche Rocket. So I was in the car with him for 4.5 hours, and I heard a whole bunch of new Sea Red stories. A whole bunch of new Red stories.
They could have been that new.
Red likes to sleep, and I heard about all of it. Right now, Red's like, "What's he talking about? What do you mean I like to sleep?" We'll have Marche back on, and we'll talk all about that, all about all the things I heard, all the things I learned. it's fun to get the other side of a coin every now and again. I hear all the C Red stories and I hear his side, but when you're driving with a guy for 4.5 hours, you talk about everything.
Mm.
And we talked about every damn thing. I now feel like I have an even better understanding of my partner and co-host than I did going in. You really are a beautiful human.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Anywho, let's talk more about Tap the Canvas. So, what is the goal for this? I mean, podcasts are great. A lot of good ones out there now. Rion and Max trying to bring back the morning after. I've been interviewed by a couple of guys, Panko, Sean Lennon, Justin. They have their stuff. I just was on Bad Karma Wrestling. So there are a lot of places you can talk about wrestling. Tell us a little bit about what you want Tap the Canvas to be.
For us, Steve and Brett, it was quite simple. It's just three friends, and this is something that came organically for us, getting together, talking about something that they love. And I can say you guys inspired for us to kind of go this direction because I watch you guys religiously, and I love the dynamic between all you guys, Cactus, Rion, Red, you, and Steve. And that's what drove us to me and Jay to find this third person that meshed with us well. So when you see us on camera and you see, okay, yeah, these guys really, this isn't just something put together. These guys mesh well together. They, it seems very organic, but just three guys getting together, talking about something that they're passionate about and they love.
It's very important to find the right kind of partners when you do these things because the energy is good when you can feed off each other. And it took me a long time to get Red and to become partners with him because I had podcasts well before we started the Power Hour. But there's just something about the fit between he and I that just has brought me entertainment and joy. And when all is said and done. After December 16th, that'll be what I miss the most is the weekly shenanigans and nonsense that that only Red can provide in my life. It's like he's that manager outside the ring, even on this podcast. Every time I turn my back, he's trying to grab my foot. He's trying to choke me out over the ropes. He's even in podcast form. Red is the consummate manager.
And you can tell you guys' relationship really shows on camera too. And that's why, like I said, I love the Power Hour.
Hey, you know what? C Red is a fantastic entertainer. Mr. Young, not so much, but my friend Sean, he is as good as gold. So I'll leave it at that. We were talking before we started, before we went on live, that you and Jay Thunder might be taking a bit of a left turn going into something a little bit different. And I love the idea. And I'd like you to kind of talk to the boys about it because I think it's a really good thing. It's an idea that not many have. And I think you've got some real momentum, especially, I know all of us, look for places to go to talk. So tell us a little bit about what your new adventure with Jay Thunder might look like.
Yeah, me and Jay are going to be doing another podcast content page where we're going to have weekly live shows on TikTok, and it's going to be titled One Call Away. This particular project we're doing is geared towards men's mental health. This is going to be a safe space for just us guys to conversate and talk about everything, just in general, life in general, from the ups to downs, the lows to highs, you name it. And this will be a safe space for us. We from time to time we want to get the opinions of women, just all under that umbrella, just everything that us guys that nobody sees that we have to go through. And it's called One Call Away, and we're tightening things up with that, and you can look for that soon as well.
I think that's a fantastic idea because there's not a lot of avenues, especially in the wrestling world, and in general. I know a lot of the wrestling boys and girls, we travel the roads together. Cory McHenry is, traveling all over God's creation, doing his Cory McHenry shit. And, there has to be times where, man, you get tired, right, Cory? You get a little exhausted. Things maybe aren't going your way. You feel a little bad about things. Wouldn't it be nice to have an outlet to talk about your shit?
It's funny that this came up because this is something I've actually been trying to work on and start for like an actual group where like men can actually physically come together in a space and actually talk
Okay.
about problems.
Okay.
And because I work in mental health,
Okay.
so and like you said, for men this is very important, especially these days. Like the suicide rates are just they're increasing every year for men, and like we got to start doing something. So
Well, that's honestly, well, maybe it was heaven sent, man, that I came on here with you. So I'm gonna have to get your info, man. You can talk with us, man, and can link up, man. Probably
most
be a
definitely.
You get a
so.
guy like Cory McHenry that's got that experience and kind of had ideas along, and that's the connection and the beautiful thing of this business. You just never know who you're going to bump into when that's going to put you in a position to help someone and do good in this world. And I don't know. It just so happens that Cory is my correspondent tonight. And look, you two may save the world one mental health at a time.
Definitely, man.
You guys being mental health aficionados, Cameron's getting ready to start this thing. Cory works in that industry. Do you feel like C-Red is too far gone?
Not at all.
I think C-Red is perfectly fine.
What about Mr. Young? Mr. Young's
That
pretty
is
fucked up,
that
right?
is false. That is false. I've stated it on here numerous of times. I suffer from PTSD from the war, so that's no hidden fact. And even
Red, thank
down,
you for your service, by the way. Let's get that
Yes.
out right away. We
Yes.
wouldn't be here
definitely.
without the efforts of you all.
Yes.
appreciate it. But yesterday was about my brothers that didn't come on. So that is bittersweet. But also even down to last week, it's been 10 years without my father. And, when that hits, like my thoughts in my head is totally fucked up. So I'm far from okay. But the good thing is I can admit when I'm not okay. There was a time where I tell you, I'm fine. I'm fine, yet I'm looking for the closest river or lake to drive my car off into. But I'm telling you, I'm fine. I'm good. I'm okay. But like I said, that is the beautiful part for me. That's my love story for wrestling.
Yeah.
Is I can be in that shitty mood. But once I hear that music and I know I gotta go out, for those however long I'm out there, 5 to 20 minutes, I forget all that shit.
Yeah.
I leave all of that behind,
Yeah.
and my whole thing is it's about entertaining the people that are in front of me, so I commend both of y'all for wanting to stick your necks out, to say, and help men in general, because we some prideful son of bitches, you know,
Yeah.
Very true.
and we suffer in silence, and we don't say shit,
Right.
And that's how tragedy strikes, and even down to last week, I was there, you know. Shit, I needed a flashlight, I needed a candle.
Yeah.
And you know, I had to be reminded, you know, my pops wouldn't, want me to be thinking those thoughts. And, you know, all my damn grandkids I got, you know, I need to, see them grow up, and just the good shit I got that, when you're in that dark place, you don't appreciate what you honestly have. You don't see it for what it is, Uh, but both of y'all do what y'all do, man. Uh, again, and Cam, if you need me to come on again, I ain't got no problem. I will air my dirty laundry out.
That,
You
of
know,
course, of course,
it
Fred.
ain't
That would be a pleasure.
it ain't pretty. But when you're talking about mental health, 9 times out of 10 it ain't. You know, but when you get to talk about it, it's therapeutic. That's why,
Very much.
we told if we need to go see somebody, go talk to somebody, you know,
Mm.
even if they don't have to be licensed, just talk to somebody, But again, we some prideful motherfuckers. We don't
Yeah.
want to say shit, you
Yeah.
know. I see Cory at the show, be like, "What's up? What's up, man? None," and keep walking, knowing that I need to grab them and say, "Hey, I'm going through this shit. I
Mm.
need you
But
to
you know, man,
listen to
but you know, I
me."
always ask more than once, though.
No,
Make sure.
I know, but be again. So many people hold their shit in,
Yeah,
and then when they snap, it's too late,
yeah,
you know. And then honestly, that's an extra burden on you because now you keep asking yourself, did I see it?
Hmm.
What could I have done, to stop?
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
and again, we don't say shit. We some selfish bastards. It's just about us, you know, and we need to let all of that go. Realize we all just human. We all suffer. We all got our own issues, whether it's your background or where you come from, you know, how you were raised. We all got our own shit. We all got baggage.
Hmm.
You know, it's just how do you want to carry that baggage? You know, you want to carry it in a fanny pack, or do you want to carry a big ass Willie suitcase? You know, because if anybody ever seen Willie in his damn bags,
Big.
them bitches is big as fuck. Like,
Hmm.
bruh,
Where do you
you don't
get
need
those
all that.
bags? I
You
still
don't
haven't
need
ever seen a suitcase that big.
dude. We would travel with Willie. Like, what the fuck is in there?
It's where he
Like,
keeps all his potatoes.
you need one singlet, one pair of boots, nigga. What you got in that bag?
You know what? He really would say this.
Yeah, that's about right.
Here's the thing that I think is entertaining and fun about this whole thing. Cameron didn't know Cory was going to be here. Red knew a little bit that Cory was going to be here. And it's funny that we have spent the last 15 minutes talking about mental health and the shit we go through in response to Cameron's podcast. And Cameron, that should tell you all you need to know about this being a good idea, because just speaking about the forum that you are going to provide, you saw a little bit of what the healing powers could look like. And you've got a guy now, a person that you now know that could advise you on mental health in general because he's a professional. So isn't it funny how wrestling just kind of puts people together at the right time in the right place to make an impact on this business? It's a beautiful thing, and you just can't. You never know when it's going to happen, but it's beautiful when it does.
And definitely, and I just wanted to let you know, Red, what you just said hit home so much because I'm going to tell you guys story, and Jay Thunder knows this, and I think he's the only one that knows this. And I'm saying it now. This is the first time he's saying it publicly. Uh, the second iteration of CTW, before that started, and Jed brought me in there. I lost my mom December 25th, 2021. And so when Red talks about going through it, I was going through it. And then, as they say, wrestling saved my life. Like, I was in a deep, deep depression. So when Jed brought me in there and all you guys accepted me, that made me feel welcome, and it took my mind off of the negative stuff. Just being around all you guys. This is why I said I am forever grateful for you guys, because you guys took me out of that dark place. So that right there, like what Red just said, like I said, that hit home for me, because that's a story too. And I remember telling Jed that you guys, saved me from doing something stupid, because me and my mom were like this. So when you guys accepted me into that family, I was like, oh wow, okay. I really got people that, my mind shifted from negative to positive. Like, and I knew that if she's watching me do something that I love, so even if I never got to do nothing else in the business again, I know she was watching me. So, just wanted to let you guys know that. And this is another reason why, I want to do this. So
That's pretty cool. And obviously, we got you when you first started, and Jed put a lot on your plate straight away, and you're either going to rise or you're going to fall. And although there were a few bumps along the way, overall, we made some entertaining stuff, and it was fun, and we had a good time doing it. And a little management here and there, let it go a little gone too soon, shall we say? But you never know. You can never say never. But like I said,
Never.
it took crash tested wrestling to give us Cameron. Now here's Cameron now thriving. But let's talk about wrestling, Cameron. You established quite a personality. You were quite a manager. You had your own faction. You were doing your own things. We had our fight. So wrestling's in your blood, and I remember those long evenings where we were working with Rion to get our shit together. So when can we expect you back in professional, or do you even want to come back and do it?
No, I'm not done by a long shot, and I still look at myself as someone who has a lot to learn. So like you were telling me earlier, just having that itch, and that thing that's called life is just that I'm, raising kids, working, but I'm still finding some way to be involved in wrestling with the Tap the Canvas thing that we're doing. But as far as actually being involved in it in some type of promotion, I'm not done by a long shot. And that's the beauty of this, doing this Tap the Canvas thing. We've gotten to meet so many different promoters, who've invited us out, and and talks with different promoters. So um, um, just know that I'm not done by a long shot. And like I said, I think I still got something to prove, and I want you and Red and Rion to say, okay, look at Cameron. He definitely came a long way.
So Cameron, as they say, sky's the limit. Where do you want to see Cameron Wayne ascend to? Tell me what your dream. Where do you want this to go?
The Tap the Canvas.
Anything, just you in general and the business we love.
As far as just the business itself, I like I said, I got something to prove, and not more so to anybody else, but to myself, because I know, my last take in it was okay, but I know I can do better. I know I can do better. Whether it's managing Jay Thunder, getting a chance to work with Nick again, whatever the case may be. I know I can now do what I did the last time I was, either working around you guys or actually at a wrestling show. So it's just proving something, trying to outdo myself is my competition, trying to outdo myself, you know. As far as Tap the Canvas, that the sky's the limit for us. We got Jake Thunder, who is super talented. He's, actively in the business right now. Myself having a degree in computer animation, and doing I was the lead person for CTW's Instagram page, so that just comes natural to me to do all type of art and promote and network. And then our guy Chris, he's our analyst. We have clothing coming out. We have the ESPN First Take type of show coming out. That right there, it's gonna go as far as we want it to go, and we're trying to take it to the moon and back. So,
Well, we have you to thank for our new Power Hour logo. So your artwork and your passion for that is very cool, and we appreciate it very much.
thank you guys.
Red, I feel like this young fella might need some flowers tonight. I mean, he got you feeling a certain way, so I need you to feel that way all the way. Not all day, but all the way.
Marshae isn't on the show tonight, Steve. Stop it.
Hey, on December 16th, he's going to get his motherfucking jacket. I'll tell you that. Last thing I do before I sign off. Here you go, bitch. Here's your jacket.
Cam, I mean, bro, first of all, like I said before, it is wonderful to see you. I mean, it's been a minute, a big minute.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, did he fall off social media? Like, shit, where the hell he go? So, bro, when you are somebody, you're like Cory. Two
You
people.
mean the intrepid champion, Cash Money, Cory McHenry?
Yeah, I just saw the picture of him sitting there with all the money. I saw the picture. He gonna
The
tell
king of
us
Wisconsin, Cory McHenry?
Didn't you just tell me to give the flowers?
Yeah, I'm sorry, go do the flowers.
Oh my God. So I two young guys that ask for advice that actually listen.
Go figure.
And that's, I'm not gonna say rare, but it's not as common as people would think. The one thing I hate is, hey man, can you give me some advice about this? And when I give them advice, they go, instead of going right, they go left. Like, what the hell? Like, why did you waste my time and ask me about this? And I gave you an honest opinion, and you went left. And then you fuck up, and then you look at me like, damn, I should have listened. Well, yeah, you should have, but fuck you not. But
Red always has a way of putting things in perspective, so I understand them.
Both of y'all, especially you, Cam, when you came into business, you were honest. Like, bro, I'm green as shit. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I need you to help me through this thing. And I appreciated that, man. Like, you were humble. You came with sincerity, and I could see it. I ain't gonna lie. I miss dropping you and the family off, because if nothing else, that was an entertaining car ride on the way home.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Taking you and the family home. I'm like, are we gonna be able? You was like, oh yeah, don't worry about it. We all get in there. Don't worry about it. Looking like y'all show. Oh, okay, all right. And even as your time kept going, you worked at your craft. You didn't quit. And even toward the crash of Crash Tested.
Yeah.
Boom.
You had even started to get in the ring, and you can see that you were taking that seriously. Like you weren't taking that for granted. Like I'm owed this,
He beat
uh,
me, boy.
and that showed your progression. Um, Now with all these things that you have coming out, the Tap the Canvas uh podcast, and then the mental health podcast, like, bro, that just shows up the stand-up guy you are. Like I already knew it just by hanging out with you and your fam, and I could see, you know, like you could see somebody being genuine, you can see
Yeah.
somebody being fake, you know. But the one thing is your kids can't lie for you.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Right. You're right.
they gonna expose you for who you are.
Mm-hmm.
If you're an asshole, they don't give a fuck who around. They're gonna treat you like you an asshole.
You're not
Yeah.
wrong. You are
If
not wrong.
if you good to them, they gonna show it. And I can see the way your family loved on you, man. Like I'm like, this a good dude. This a good brother. He just,
Appreciate
he just needs somebody, in this aspect to help him out. So
it.
I
Yes.
thank you for choosing me to give you that sound advice. Um, I love you as a brother.
Thank you,
Uh,
man.
I ain't gonna lie, like I said, I miss if nothing else, I just miss us sitting back when like there was nobody else really around and we were able to chop it up, you
Yes.
know,
Yes.
you
Yes.
know, um, we didn't have we ain't got shit to do to the main event. So we got all night to just sit back and just talk. So those are the conversations I miss. I hope now we can reconnect, uh and I'm open. Uh C Red doesn't get that many bookings anymore as he's on sabbatical. Uh, but Mr. Young is an asshole and ready to kick somebody's ass
Stay
24/7.
away from Mr. Young. What a piece of anyway.
And well, Stephen Ray, I wanted to say this, and just to piggyback off what you said, Red, and the car rides home with you, man. I'll never forget when, and like I said, we were chopping it up, and it's after the show, and then you're critiquing me on just key things, how to move, how to walk and talk, timing, how to where I need to be as a manager. Those are things that I will never ever forget. Because I'm like at that point in time, just seeing how you did it out there, it took me back to being a kid again, and like I was watching it on TV. Like, oh wow, this is how okay, and like I really like listened and paid attention to you. So like those are when I say the story, like learning from like you and Marche, like that's the type of stuff I will always to cherish, man. And Lord willing, if I'm able to get back into it, like I'm still gonna that's gonna click in my head. Everything that you said to me, when it pertains to the business. So I man, I appreciate you to the utmost. You have no idea, you know.
Uh, I appreciate you, bro. I thank you just for being an awesome man, a great father, uh, just an all around good guy, man. And I know you're gonna do great things, man. And
Thank you,
like I
man.
said, you need me, just hit me up, man. I'm here.
I
You know.
appreciate that, man.
That's some deluxe flowers Red gave you. Cameron, it's always a pleasure to chop it up with you and have you on the show. We thank you for taking time out of your evening to be with us. You're welcome to hang around and watch Cory McHenry do Cory McHenry shit because
Okay.
we're gonna get into Frontline Pro and IPW where Cory McHenry is on top of the world, not just the graphic he's sitting on right now. But we love you, Cameron, and you're
Thank you, guys.
and you're a lot of fun to be around. And We hope the best. And, if you ever need guests or anything on Tap the Canvas, you got resources, you just reach out and we'll be there.
Oh yeah, and like I said, we're gonna repost and promote you guys as well, because we're all in that same community of social media content, shows and whatnot. So you guys got something going on, we're gonna post it too. Hey, check out the Power Hour, So to our followers and our fan base as well. So
One hand washes the other, as they say.
yes,
That's
sir.
Don
Yes, sir.
Cameron Wayne. He is still a badass after all these years.
Just a little nicer.
Just got a little bit more about the mental health on his mind, which is not a bad thing. Cameron, we love you. We'll check in with you real soon, okay?
All right, man.
That's the Don Cameron Wayne, the one and only. Man, whip my ass at Crash Tested Wrestling. I ain't even mad about it. Cory McHenry. My
Cory,
God, man.
who didn't whoop his ass? That's all I want.
I get whipped a lot. That's all right. Not too much longer. Cory McHenry, the last time he was on this show, compared to right now, this man has ridden the rocket to wrestling success. He is a multi-champion in many different places. Let's start with you being the only wrestler at Frontline Pro to retain his title. Everybody else lost their title, but you. You're the only one that said, I'm going to keep this. So you are still the intrepid champion. So before we get into that match, talk a little bit about what Honor Bound from your perspective. For me, at this point, I think it has to be probably the best Frontline show that I have ever been a part of. And I've been a part of some doozies. This one hit different. It was something special. That's what Chris Lockman always says. It just hit a little different, and he's right.
It did. It's a different feel for me for a couple of reasons. I thought about my match from last year's Honor Bound, the 8-man.
Right.
And you fast forward a year later, I'm defending the Intrepid title. And on a stage like that, with that crowd, that atmosphere, that's our WrestleMania. And
you got the fireworks.
Yeah, and that felt wonderful because I wanted him. When I saw him last time, I was like, I'm gonna get that. And to actually
and you
see
got the
it
Bakerville owners, the Frontline owners, part of your gimmick, shooting money out of your that was amazing.
It
looks like Malachi might have had a defective gun though. He had some trouble.
I think his was it was too much money in his gun, so it was overloaded.
That's what they say about Malachi. He's just got too much money.
It was overloaded, and we went back and checked it. Yeah, it was stuffed with too much. But yeah, it was just insane for me. But it shows what hard work and dedication can really get you. And I'm looking forward to what I'm to do at next year's Honor Bound. It's gonna be even bigger,
Yeah,
even
and
bigger.
now Frontline Pro takes a bit of a hiatus. As we won't be back in Bakerville until August 9th at the all-women Liberty Bell show. So that's the next time Frontline Pro will be in the public eye. There are 2 shows, I believe, in August. There's the women's show, and then there'll be a premiere show later on in that month. So a few months off to get things reset, rebooted, but Frontline Pro will most definitely be back. Aside from your match, what was the moment of the night for you?
Like on the show or just
everything that happened at Honor Bound, all those great matches, all the great drama, all the stories coming to fruition.
Well, it was a few things. Of course, the match with the Rapture and Ben McCoy, to see Gavin come back. I really enjoyed that.
He was the surprise 4th man. It was originally supposed to be Rob Van Dam. Rob Van Dam broke his ankle at WrestleMania weekend, was unable to perform. And we speculated for a long time who was going to be that 4th man. Was it going to be Marshe Rocket, who we didn't know what he was doing? Why is he coming to Frontline Pro? Is he going to be the 4th man? Was he going to go out and was he going to rely on more of his? We're going to see the Godfather back. Could it have been Kurt Angle? I mean, he knows so many amazing people in the industry, but the story called for something magic. And when Gavin came through that curtain with Verona,
Yeah, that was
It
a
gets
moment.
no better than that. We all had goosebumps. The family, McCoy united as one, and they needed Gavin, and Gavin came in
Man,
big
hot and
shape,
red,
and
man.
he had no ring rust. He was out
He
of
was
his
ready.
mind.
Oh yeah. Shout out to Gavin.
Okay, so who is Gavin?
Gavin McCoy is Ben's son.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so okay, all right.
So
Yeah.
Gavin has been gone for a while. We haven't seen him in almost a year. He sustained an injury and he had been gone for many, many moons. We had seen him around recovering and such, but we didn't know he was game ready. He came out of that curtain, and you know who the first motherfucker he picked to fight was? He went right after Ken Anderson. Of all
Yep.
the people, this kid is going to go fight. He goes right after Mr. Kennedy.
I mean, can
And
you blame him after what he did to his dad? I
I'll
mean,
tell you what, he went right after Ken Kennedy and put a hurt. Then Ken turned it around and put a bit of a hurting on
and
Gavin.
the and
I
the
think
reason
Gavin
why
made him bleed.
I asked because I saw the footage of the entrance,
Yeah.
so I knew who's been his daughter was. I didn't know that was his son.
That's
So now all of that kind of makes sense why everybody lost their shit, because I'm
yeah.
like,
Oh, so yeah, you
okay,
saw it with no context. Yeah.
right, and it was just like, all right, who's the kid? Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
oh, but
It was
now it makes more sense. Like, oh, okay,
and right before Gavin got hurt, he had turned on his dad. And that was one of the things that led to Ben McCoy going down a dark path. And it took his son and a major victory over Aaron Xavier, basically destroying the Rapture, that saved his soul in the end. And now Ben is done. No more wrestling for Ben. That was it. That was the final moment. So if you're going to end your career fighting with your son and your family to take your
Yeah.
company back from the bitch I told you was going to do what he did. From day one, I told everybody, Aaron Xavier, don't trust him. He's going to do this is what he does everywhere he goes. And he did. But in the end, Aaron Xavier wasn't an evil enough genius to get the job done. And the Rapture fall hard. And one of the funnest parts is I think Gavin is the one that busted open Ken Kennedy.
Oh, did he? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Ken was
Okay.
bloody. Now, here's the thing
Oh,
that's interesting. Aaron Xavier, in an effort to try to get under my skin, convinced Ken Anderson to call himself Mr. Kennedy for the night and to mock me because I have openly stated that Ken Kennedy, one of my favorite WWE superstars of all time, I think he is the most mishandled situation that the WWE should ever be blamed for. When they took that money in the bank from him and they let him die on the vine in the WWE, talk about a wasted opportunity. So Aaron Xavier convinced Ken Anderson to do the Mr. Kennedy stick just to piss me off.
but see, part of you kind of enjoyed it though to hear it again.
right.
I
I'm
mean,
I
sure
yeah,
it
mean, come
did.
on.
you're not wrong because he actually brought the mic down. Mr. Kennedy. And I'm like,
You got
oh
to think
God,
for
I
me
hate this.
that was super nostalgic for me. Even though regard, in that
I
moment
hated
I
it, but
forgot.
I loved it at the same time. My hero that night might have been uh Jet Avalon. Joey Avalon
Oh
brought
man,
Aaron Xavier over to the table and ripped his face apart right in front of me and said, Steve, this is for you. So felt like I got a small amount of vindication, and the Rapture is no more. We crowned a brand new champion, a first-time champion, as the women now have their belt at Frontline Pro, the Liberty Division Championship, and Rory Shield, who
yep.
I don't have the greatest relationship with. I did another In Focus with her, and she stormed off the set.
Heard about
So
that. Heard about that. Yeah.
she's not my friend, but
What'd you do, Steve? What'd you do?
I asked her the hard questions like I always
Oh man,
do.
you did your job. Oh,
I did my
okay.
job. Now, the last time I did my job, the Rapture beat me up in the ring, but that's again that's a story for another time.
It builds character.
Yeah, I get beat up a lot.
I
Yeah,
was-
no
don't
more.
feel bad. I was attacked by the Rapture before too. Don't feel bad.
Yeah, we've got it. So I got plenty of people plenty of people gunning at me, but that's why I retired while I still had at least some health left. But Rory Shield beats Josie Valentine in a hell of a contest. She is the Liberty Division champion going into the Liberty Bells event happening August 9th. So they had a great match. It was a great inaugural championship situation. So whether or not I like her or not, it doesn't matter. It's good for the company. Uh, our buddy Shaq Jordan is
Yeah,
the new battle champion,
yeah.
which I thought was pretty cool. And did you see his social media today? He took
I did
that
not.
picture that he put next to that picture
Oh,
of Sting.
with him with Sting and the
Yeah,
Bakerville title. Yeah,
Sting
that was
commented on his Twitter.
hey, and I
Sting
love that for
Sting
bro
fist
because
bumped him. Sting fist bumped him on Twitter or X or
yeah,
whatever the fuck you call it.
yeah. Shout out to Shaq for getting the fist bump. Shout out, bro.
That's a stinger, man. He's like acknowledging him. That's pretty cool.
Man, exactly. Like, man.
So that was a thing, and and then of course, my nemesis, the nihilist, the commissar, the warhorse, Jake Parnell, ended up beating the meat sauce.
Yeah, that's a regardless of how you feel about him, I've been in there with the meat sauce. That ain't no easy task.
Well, we saw the controversial ending to that match, and
Yeah, but
who hit the meat sauce with the belt?
kid lad.
Kid Lat hit Josh
He
Price.
didn't
Buddy,
try to though. It was not on purpose. It was not on
that's what they
purpose.
say. It's not on purpose, but you can't tell that to
You
Josh
know Kid
Price.
Lat,
And
also a new champion.
I saw something that I never thought I'd see. Kid Lat got booed in Marshfield.
Yeah.
They
And
booed him out of the building after what he did to the meat sauce. So I don't know what's going to happen now. Josh didn't look very happy with him.
but it was a misunderstanding. Kid Lat would never. Come on, it's Kid Lat.
Listen, every hero is a villain in somebody's story. That's just life.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
obviously, Kid Lat and the Thundercat went on to become the new tag team champions in the
Yep.
triple threat as they beat tag team Move, and they won the titles. They beat tag team Move and ACR with Brock Hall. So it was a triple threat match, and now Lat and
Adonis.
Adonis, that's the Thundercat. It's the Thunder and Lightning, the superhero.
It's a lot of league champions in front.
Wrestle
A lot of
League
league.
has represented in Wisconsin. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah,
Wrestle League, you couldn't throw a quarter and not hit somebody from Wrestle League. I'm waiting for Ewok to come back and win a title again. But again, it was a great night. All the titles changed hands except for Cory's. Now let's go back to your match, Mr. McHenry. Let's go back to that.
Okay.
Take us through how you felt from coming through the curtain to getting the job done, and then the aftermath. Take us through your title match and your retention.
So coming through that curtain, you just never know what the crowd is gonna do. Like even like when it could be so much different than the last show. So going through the curtain and thinking about how Malachi and Tyler are out there and we're doing the whole money thing and just getting that energy up because facing a guy that I knew very little about, Delvin Kane, you know. So that was I was focused though. I was very confident. I wasn't nervous. I was very anxious, but I wasn't nervous. And well, you saw what happened, Steve. You were there.
I was there. I was there. I saw it all. It was good to see you reaffirm for all your fans in Marshfield, and they cheer you as loud as anybody. It was good to see you do your thing.
Yeah. I love that crowd out there, man. I love it. If they hate you, they let you know they hate you. But if they love you, you feel the love.
Oh, you
Shout
do.
out to Bakerville.
And I misspoke. It wasn't the battle-tested champion that Shaq Jordan won. It was
Bakerville.
Bakerville champion. So I misspoke. And of course, the battle-tested
My
champion
boy.
was run by our guy, Sam Eli.
And Eli, my boy.
All the years of working hard. And I remember him debuting at Chicago Style Wrestling, and I'm like, this kid's got something. All the way to Marshfield and the battle-tested champion defeating Captain America. What a night for Sam.
Man,
And that crowd loves Sam Eli, man. They were giving him the love in every possible way.
Yeah, Sam is a guy, he's earned it. He's, we come from a similar area. It's like he got the chance to prove himself and he did it. And he put on the show, crowd got behind him. Man, I'm happy for Sam. I'm like really happy for Sam.
All in all, honor bound, put us in a position where we all felt something extra. It felt a little bigger. It felt a little more important. The Rapture versus Team Frontline. It started off in chaos as they were all outside the ring and we couldn't call anything because it was everywhere. We thought they killed Sierra. She was gone for a while.
But one good thing that came out of it was Chris Mary getting suplexed on the concrete. That made me happy.
God, that made me happy too. Watching
that made me smile. I was happy.
That was a good moment. There were many. What was a good moment was when AJ Abrams, their Bray Wyatt dime store lookalike, got the brass knucks in the face. First of all, I got slapped by Big Vern. Verona, our ring announcer, slapped the taste out of his mouth.
Shout out, sis.
And then Ben McCoy with the brass knucks finished the job and knocked that bitch 5 ways from Sunday.
Yeah, he choked me last time he was ringside, so he had it coming. I was happy.
He had it coming, boy. So he was left lying on the floor, as were most of the Rapture. Ken Anderson Kennedy, whatever you want to call him, realized very early on that he had backed the wrong horse.
Mm-hmm.
And he was eliminated in grand style. It came down to Aaron Xavier and Ben McCoy, as destiny would have it.
Oh, man.
And they fought, and they bled, and they went back and forth and back and forth. And then there was that moment. You thought you were coming for my funeral. Turns out it was your own, or something like that. And then he dropped Aaron Xavier on his head and got the pin. 1, 2, 3. It was a giant moment for Frontline because Ben McCoy, although he's going away, was back for that one shining moment. And then he took the microphone after it was over and waxed poetic about a 20-year career, bringing his family in the ring, all of his daughters, his son, celebrating the end, but also celebrating a new start where he's going to take day trips with his son and travel around. He's going to handle his daughter's busy lives. Sometimes bad things can happen in a life, and they will gut you to the core. But while you're getting gutted and while you're going through that time, very typically another opportunity or something good will come of it as a byproduct.
Mm-hmm.
And Ben has gone through hell.
Yeah.
For wrestling reasons, for personal reasons, and he is overcoming his demons slowly but surely. And I feel like this was a cleansing night for him. He gets to walk away at the top of his game and gets to go be the dad he's always wanted to be. So I told Ben McCoy in Focus that when we look at that yellow F&P in the middle of that canvas, that's you. And I was very serious about that. When you think of Frontline, what do you think of? It's Ben McCoy's house. He built it from nothing and made it something. So if that is the last time we see you in the ring, Ben McCoy, we wish you well. You ended your story in the best possible way. And that right there, friends, is why Frontline hit just a little different.
Shout out Ben McCoy.
Shout out Ben McCoy. Plus, I'm selfish too. I love working with Annie O'Neill and Chris Lockman.
Oh man, Annie's
there.
great. I got to do it. I got to do an interview with Annie on the
Yeah, all three of us commentators have our own little segments, and we all get to talk to the people.
The O'Neill Report.
Annie hasn't even been doing this a year, and she is fantastic. She grows exponentially each and every show, and there'd be no Frontline without Chris Lockman. So,
oh man, you know I love Chris. The way he puts over that direct deposit. Shout out Chris.
the direct deposit, baby, powerful stuff. We told your opponent to take that to the bank. It's payday, bitch. That's what I said.
Hey,
it's payday, bitch. The direct deposit hit.
It's over every time.
That's
every
it.
time.
Chris is one of those commentators, much like C-Red is, that has a really strong mind for the business, and it makes my job much easier.
Oh yeah, so, he's great.
Like I said, when I go through the list of people that I've worked with over the years, I've been blessed with many great ones. So, and that's C-Red included. C-Red, you're pretty good. All right, so that's Frontline. Let's shift gears to Sunday. IPW, Richton Park. Man, it was chaos. I couldn't follow any of it. That's why you're here, Corey, because I wasn't there. I don't know what the fuck happened. Did I see Marche Rocket wearing a power hat and a ref shirt?
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Sensei definitely had
everybody.
On
who the hell didn't have a ref shirt on?
All I know is there were champions from everywhere.
Yeah.
What was it? What was it? Champions get a free lunch or something? I mean, you had champions from Steve Michaels.
Champion Showcase, Steve Michaels. Yeah, we were all there. Steele was in the building.
Steele, your son was there?
Yeah, Steele was in the building. Yeah, we were out there, Steve. It was deep.
What championship does D'Angelo Steele have?
The C3.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Mr. Young ain't got that yet.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Is he texting you right now, Red? Is Mr. Young texting you? Telling me to shut my mouth?
He says see him after August 30th, when D'Angelo Steele dies by the hands of Joseph Ira Credit. Oh, okay.
Huh? Good to know Mr. Young's listening. So,
Okay.
Corey, take us through some of the excitement you saw at IPW.
Hey, where do you want me to start, Steve? What match you want me to start with?
Just pick one and go. I wasn't there, so I have no idea what even happened.
So match one was the champion showcase. It was the trios champion, PB&J. Rihanna, shout out Rihanna, tribal liaison. We got the stick, PB&J versus the program, Marcelo Spade and myself in a 4-on-3 tag match. I had a very fun moment with Sean Danger where he brought it. He brought everything he had, and shout out Sean Danger.
C-Red killed Sean Danger once.
I can see why.
Maybe that was Mr. Young. Maybe that was a preview of Mr. Young.
I got the knee turtle in the face.
How did that feel? Did it feel good?
Of course. I love turtle, but I got the knee turtle in the face. I got to kick Sean Danger in the face. We didn't win the match though, but wasn't my fault. But yeah,
So turtle wins.
Yeah, well, Sean Danger beat he pinned Kendall Fire, so.
Oh, yeah. he pinned Nick Diamond's tag team partner.
Yeah, he did. He was the other half of the program.
Man, it's a big win for Turtle and Danger.
Oh yeah, so Danger gets a chance to challenge for the league championship. The big title.
He coming after you?
Oh no, Sean Danger's going after the Miles Mercer.
Wow, that's right. What title do you have at IPW?
Well, I have the alternative and the junior heavyweight.
So you got 3 belts. You're cash money 3 belts.
Yeah.
Look at all
Very
that
proud
gold, man.
champion. Looking forward to defending them. Since we lost, I have to defend my titles in July against the opponent that Miles Mercer picked.
And who did he pick?
I don't know yet. I'll find out in July, but you know.
See, Red, is it you? Are you fighting Cory McHenry in July?
Why? I'm on sabbatical.
Yeah,
Right.
why would want to fight me anyway?
I don't know. Because he gets these wild ideas sometimes. He's like Fred Sanford after a bottle of Ripple.
Oh man. Okay.
Trust me. Trust me.
So who
I
was his
got
Lamont at that point?
I got to work this weekend, and I'm nowhere near ready. I'm like, okay.
Where are you working this weekend?
Yeah.
The Special Olympics fundraiser.
Oh, that's right. You got the big show, right? We'll talk about that before we're done tonight because I want to hear about that.
Yeah. What it's gonna be at? Yeah.
I hear Max and Rion tagged up at the big show on
5
Sunday.
seconds.
Talk about that.
5 seconds.
5 seconds.
5 seconds.
Tell me what does that mean?
That's how long it took Rion and Max to handle business. 5 seconds.
Damn.
And didn't they fight the big leagues?
Yeah, and it took them 5 seconds.
How did that happen? Tell me, take us through it. I mean, you can at least take 5 minutes to talk about 5 seconds.
Like music hit, ding, ding, ding. 5 seconds. Like, like
Did
Okay.
Max hit somebody with a boot?
what'd you say, C Red?
Go ahead, Red.
No, I mean, you can explain to Steve what happened. So there's a snippet going around, and I need some explanation.
So that's
Because
the thing.
all
It
I
happened
see-
so fast.
All I
was on.
see is Marche slide in, but yet slide out.
Oh yeah, that's something else. Yeah, he missed it. He was supposed to come in because the referee got knocked out. We needed a ref, and Marche was supposed to come in, but I guess he had a little bit too much dip on his chip, and he overslid and slid in and slid out. So we had to wait on another ref, which turned out to be
Right.
Steve
But then
Michaels.
all of a sudden there was a commotion with Steve Michaels and Miles Mercer. Like they were telling Marche to get out.
Yep. It was crazy. Okay, let me tell you something. It was a lot of craziness going on, okay? Every match, some sort of craziness ensued, and it was crazy. I loved every moment of it. It was one of the most insane fun shows I've ever worked, and I loved every moment of it. But
So-
yeah, Marche oversliding was definitely one of my favorite moments. I'm glad you brought that up.
It couldn't have
Because
been
I was trying to
fired.
figure out it's Marche. Like, you don't have to slide in, bruh. Like, you already the full length of the ring. Like,
I mean, but he built up a whole head of steam. He came in from the door, like from outside, full speed, and tried to slide and just went on through.
That's that track background that Marche
Yeah,
got.
like it was. Yeah, man.
He thought it was
he was going
chariots of
about 20
fire.
miles an hour. Yeah.
but
Yeah,
then I
Steve.
also saw
Who you see?
speaking of Miles, so I'm assuming some kind of way Miles Mercer and Steve Michaels were pitted against. Is he king or is he queen now? I don't know. They, J.R. Lindsay and Brittany K. And it looked like Brittany took the ass whooping.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Oh,
That's exactly what Russell. He tried to stop it, but I don't know too many people who can stop Steve Michaels.
but did he really try to?
With or without the past history they got going on, but the end of the day, a man is gonna try to protect his woman. I mean,
But
he ain't
that
gonna
ain't
let
his
nobody.
woman no more.
But that love that he tried.
She was just on here, Cory.
I
You know,
know.
and
I know.
she made it very, very clear. Without a shadow of a doubt, she let us know she done with that clown.
Yeah, you should watch that show because C Red was trying to creep in.
I was not trying to creep.
Oh, creeping.
Well,
Do the creep, that little TLC creep.
but how many times do you see with young couples see Red? They break up just to go back together, just to break up, go back together.
Ain't that shit annoying?
Oh, come on. That was your whole MO with Diamond back in the day.
No, it wasn't.
That toxic love, you know about it.
No, it
Yeah.
wasn't. Because once we broke up, we broke up.
It was going on breaks, you know, that toxic love. Yeah, you know, that's what they got going on.
No, I had that.
That girl took 10 years off your life.
We all got one, Steve. We all got one. Might have
Right. We all got one.
a
Get out.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
what else did I see? So explain, why was Renee there? Like, I saw her come out, but she had a damn drink in her hand and she was fully dressed. Like, why was she there?
To hit somebody.
So who did she hit with a drink in her hand?
Well, if I remember correctly, because by that time I had a few drinks in my hand, but I believe it was JR.
Oh, well, then never mind. All right.
I knew you didn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Can you imagine what that matchup would look like? J.R. Lindsay versus
I
Renee.
ain't gonna lie. I've been hit by Renee Van Peebles. Yeah, she hit. Yeah.
Well,
it don't feel good.
No, I owe her. Yeah, she hit me hard. That was how I got introduced to her. I turned around into her right hand.
She got the right hand of God, not Jackson Larkin.
Larkin was there.
I saw that. Stampede.
So
Stampede Larkin won this medallion qualifying match.
Hold on. I just got another text.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Mr. Young says Chris Classic took another L.
He was in a medallion qualifier.
Ha 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 ha.
Who beat Classic?
It was Jay. What's his name? How you pronounce it?
How you pronounce it?
The dude with the French name.
How you say it?
I don't know. Jay Lavone.
I'm gonna need you to go look that up, Red. I ain't helping you this time.
No, I want to hear him say it. He was finna say it. It's Jay.
I
can't.
His name is Jay. You're trying to put his
right. Right. It's Jay.
Because I thought he was going to say it.
There just aren't enough French mimes in this business. I'm telling you, there just aren't enough. One is not enough. There needs to be more.
It wasn't a mime. It was God. What is that boy name? And you really gonna make me
yeah, do it. Find out.
Because I want to hear him say it. I want to hear him pronounce it.
Because now I can't find it. Because I don't know where I saw it at. That boy know his name. Yeah, he know his name. Jay, whatever. Yeah, him. Versus the greaser.
Now, I also saw Damian Gray.
Right, that was the match.
Yeah.
That was the match.
Yep.
Yeah.
Damian Gray lose again?
Yep.
Yep, made me happy.
Yeah, it makes me happy too. How was the crowd? The crowd looked like it was big and having a great time.
Oh man, the crowd they were so into everything. It's just something about that crowd at like IPW when you walk through and like that music hits and they get the going and you can feel their energy because they're right there.
Did everybody do this?
Of course, when Rion came out, come on, after the match.
I hear he went through a session of questions. Ask Rion anything.
Yes, the most notable question was from the IPW locker room was, do you think Santino's aunt is hot? And Yeah, that wasn't about it. It's about how you think it went.
Now, I saw, and
Hold on. See, Steve bullshitting. First of all, I need an answer to that question. What did Rihanna say?
I don't think it ever got answered.
It
You know,
never got.
Rihanna wasn't going to answer that question. Come on, Red.
So now here's the second part of that question. Was she there?
No.
Okay. All
But
right.
Santino was.
Yeah, but yeah, Santino was there. And
Yeah, but
immediately accused Nick Diamond.
So did
he
it
was
ever
not
happen?
allowed in the ring, correct?
No, we let him know that would not be good for his safety.
Okay.
So I thought we could find a way to get it done.
He
Why?
yeah, I don't know. He pulled up like he was gonna fight. So, that's a whole nother thing, Like he pulled up like he was pulling up on Nick Diamond. So that was just a whole nother thing in itself, y'all. Like I told you, it was something going on.
There was something in the water
Before
on
the show,
Sunday,
during
huh?
the show, after the show, it was an amazing show. Like,
And
shout out to
when's the
IPW.
next show?
July.
So we got to wait a little while for IPW to return. I don't know how he outdoes. I don't know how IPW's. We'll have to ask Rhea on the liaison how it happens, but I don't know how it gets bigger. The star power on that show was epic.
Yeah.
How many belts were in that building? 20?
Hugh Mack.
You had 3, so that's
Yep.
3. Hugh Mack 4.
Yep. Steel.
Michaels 5.
Michaels. Steel. The trios. The program. Marcelo Spade. Miles Mercer. And I feel like I'm forgetting somebody.
That's at least 12 championships in
Yes.
that building.
A lot of
Man,
gold. A lot of gold. A lot of
how
gold.
do you get all those people? How do you afford all those people?
You know what?
That's like a dream matchup.
That's the thing about IPW. It just works out that way. That's the thing. It just works. It just works.
There's just something about that building on a Sunday afternoon. It shouldn't be as good as it is, but it ends up being better than you ever thought it could be. And there's just magic there. That's all I can say. You don't get it anywhere else you go. The craziest shit happens, and you can't believe it, but here you are.
And then the Q reruns, can you feel it?
The what?
Dun, dun, dun.
No, I love working at IPW. I remember my first match. I never need to watch it back.
But
Uh,
look at you now, Cory 3 belts.
yeah, so a lot has changed since the last time I was here. I think the last time I was here, I was about to have my first, my second match at IPW. And
You're a big name everywhere you go now. You're a big name at Frontline, huge. Big name at Rocket Pro, huge. Wrestle League, huge. IPW. So that those are 4 pretty amazing promotions to be a superstar at. Well done.
it's just hard work and dedication. Like I never gave up on me. Every opportunity I want that I didn't get, I kept working until I got it.
Well, you never change, man. You're the goods. Despite what those around you might do, like at Rocket Pro, like the Shaqs and the Aaron Stones of the world, don't follow suit. Just keep being yourself, doing what you do because you're a champion. You're a real champion.
But thank you, Steve. I appreciate that,
I've seen a lot of Cory McHenry matches, and from the beginning till now, it's like you're a different animal, man.
I'm
You get
still
in that
like,
ring at Frontline, and you're just there's something else.
it's like when I'm at Frontline, it's like when I get in there, it's just like I don't know how to describe it, but it's like I'm not going no less than 110%. Like the moment my music hits, it's just like something comes over me, and it's like I just got this killer mentality when I'm in the ring at frontline, and it's just yeah. Like I don't know how to describe it. It's just like something just it brings it out of you because there's so much talent in that locker room. And every night I want to have a match of the night, but I got to compete against people like Avalon. I got to compete against people like Shaq and Sammy. Like, so every night I kind of want that mentality.
I mean, there's a lot, and that picture of the champions that's
Yeah.
online at Frontline, that is
We are
some
frontline.
rarefied air with all that talent that's in that photo. It's pretty amazing. It's a good time to be in this business. What do you got cooking with Wrestle League coming up? Anything good?
We got some stuff cooking and in the works, so it'll be good to go home and do some stuff at the for the home people. I miss my family.
Yeah.
So it's
Tell
coming.
tell,
It's in the
tell Louis
works.
the Wrench to kiss my ass.
Okay, I'll let
I'm gonna
I'll
fight
let
that.
I'll let him
That might
know.
be, I might have to get in that ring one more time against Lou.
I'll
I
rep
won't
it.
want to. I'll be in a walker, but I
I'll
owe the
I'll,
Wrench
I'll
a
rep it.
shot. I owe that man. I owe him. Um, where can people see you, Cory, coming up in the near future?
Well, you can always catch me at every frontline show, except for the Liberty Veils, of course.
You can
All of
come
them
up and
except for
hang
them.
out.
Oh, of course. I mean, yeah, you'll catch me in the crowd. You'll usually catch me over by the bar. You
How about
know.
that bar? How about that food?
So, okay, I didn't try the food until like my fourth time there because like Malachi was like, so what do you like on the menu? And I was like, oh, I haven't tried anything. And so like that day I had tried like four things, and since then I've had the entire menu because it is absolutely amazing. They keep adding stuff. It's summertime, so now we're gonna get rum buckets. It's a good time. Shout out Bakerville.
Man, Bakerville, it's a good place to call home, isn't it?
Oh man, wow, man, I love it out there.
One of these shows, I'm going to get a hotel and stay overnight so I can hang out and do karaoke and eat food after
And
a
and
show.
the frontline breakfast. You definitely got to do the frontline
Yeah,
breakfast.
I just like I said, Marche had to get back, so I had to get back too. So, we not this time, but one of these times coming up. I mean, maybe around night for Tyler. Maybe
Yeah.
that'll be a big enough show where I'll
And
stay.
shout out Marche. That's one of the big differences, Steve, of like with me and how I work. Shout out Marche for helping me.
Marche has helped everybody, including
Oh,
C Red. He really helped C Red with his fatigue, which I appreciate.
Ray, did you ever find out that guy's name? It's John.
No, I did not. I did
Oh,
not. I
okay.
did not. I did not.
Well,
I
you
stopped
caught C
looking.
Red off guard there.
Yeah, you thought I forgot. Nah, nah.
Yeah, yeah, it's a done deal. You can
Yeah,
forget about
so John, the French guy, that's who won. That's who
it.
won the medallion qualifier.
The big black guy with, yeah, him, yeah. Uh-huh.
It's
Jean,
not. Where did you
whatever.
get French from?
That's how it sounds, like it's Creole or French.
Josiah.
Jossier. See, but that do sound French.
You said like he had two names. You said John something something. I was like, so what
It
is his name?
is.
Is Josiah.
Because his
That's
his
one word.
his takes got JPM or something on them.
You guys not know this. Let's find out. Let's
Josiah is his name.
I thought that's it. Oh, he got a whole name, bro. Like he got a whole long name. Like I almost thought it was Willie for a second.
Willie, what?
See, Red is going.
That's how long his name was. Like, what the hell?
I heard Jimmy Carrot was at IPW this week.
Where was
Oh,
I?
yeah, I saw that.
Where was I?
That dude's crazy.
The dude with the bucket on his head.
That guy scared me.
He scared you.
He's scary. He's scary. I worked with him at SCW. That dude, you don't play with him.
Oh, he's pretty cool.
Jean
I worked
Paul
on a show
Les
with him at
Miserables.
APW before.
See, told you.
Jean-Paul Les Miserables. He is absolutely French.
Oh,
And he
he's
is a
Houston.
mime. What do you call that, man?
No, not him.
Oh, who?
See, Steve, you wasn't there.
What's his name,
I must not have been there. That's
No,
who I thought you were talking about.
The dude, and you were in the back. You were, I don't know if your match had happened, but he showed up from
Are you talking about Jason Dre Marquise?
Yeah, him.
Jason, that's what I said, Jason.
But what's his whole name?
There it is.
What's his whole name?
It's right there.
Jason Dre Marquise. Like I said, 3 damn names.
JDM.
See?
JDM.
Yeah, him. I was waiting on I was trying to get Red to say it.
Yeah, JDM. There you
Because
go.
you said John something. I was like, who is John?
I thought you were talking about Les Miserables guy.
No.
That is
No.
hilarious.
Man, this has been a power hour. This is hilarious.
It always changes. It's always there's always something going on. I'm trying to buy a little time here because Cactus is supposed to come on at some point.
Oh, okay. Where is
talk
Cactus?
about,
We want Cactus.
I know we want Cactus, and we'll get her hopefully at some point. To talk about the Chicago Knockouts, the final minor league bout happens this Saturday. It's the final one at HF Auditorium, so it's going to be a bittersweet one. And then on June 14th is the final CKO show at HF, because HF Auditorium is going to be off limits for a while because they're renovating it. So even Wrestle League isn't going to get to run there. So it's been a vibrant center of wrestling and roller derby for several years now. It's going away. So I'm going there for the show this Saturday and the one in June. So parting is
But,
such sorrow.
much needed renovations,
That's
Speaking of which, Corey.
Yes, sir.
Wrestle League, are they having a rookie show?
Oh, that rookie, yeah. Yeah. Like a rookie showcase.
Okay. And when is that?
I would have to look it up because I'm to the point now where all of my dates are in the calendar. I don't remember no more.
CSW does the same thing. On Boz's birthday, the June 21st show, CSW Academy Upstart, all the rookies and all the trainees get a shot at an outdoor show. So that's coming.
Well, the reason why I asked, because my real nephew is debuting in that show.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, my real nephew is at Wrestle League. Actually, there's 2 of them there. So
are they called the Flying Youngs?
No, sir.
Missed T-shirt opportunity.
No. They can't. Somebody gave them names. I'm like, hey, okay. Whatever your name is your name. And again, when you first in the business, you know
how it go. You gotta find yourself anyway. You know how it is.
Yeah, like look at Nick Diamond, when he was Mikey Balls, So,
yeah.
Like, oh my God, who gave you that name? Like,
we remember
like,
Mikey Balls.
Like, who looked at you and said, "You're Mikey Balls"? Like, no.
You not feeling the Mikey Balls?
No. When Jed told me, "Oh yeah, you're gonna face this kid named Mikey Balls." Why? Why? And then he came
trying
back.
To make the balls drop.
But then he comes back the next month. You're facing Mikey Balls again, but his new name is Nick Diamond. What? Huh? The fuck?
Hey,
you want to
took
Nick
that
Diamond?
name and ran with it. Right now, he's in demand.
I mean, I was feeling it, but for me, it was like, why am I the person?
Go ahead and do it.
Back. So I didn't do that. I took that L with with kindness, I put the kid over, as they say. I put the
And look
kid
what has
over,
come from it.
you know, so
So I want to step away from the wrestling for just a minute. We'll get back on it in a second.
why?
But I want to tell a story.
Oh
You got
Lord.
time for a story? It's a good one. So, the wife is going through a battle, right?
Yeah.
Yep. My son is a volleyball player, right?
Yep.
So today was HF's regional tournament. They were played at Rich Township, and they won to move on in regionals because the volleyball season's wrapping up. And as a tribute to my wife and her battle, this is a photograph from today. What do you see?
Everybody's got on pink socks.
Yes, they do. And
Mhm.
there's the queen right in the middle.
Oh, okay. I see her now.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
She
So
look like a
That's
coach.
pretty. No, that's dope.
so that's one of the cooler things that you'll ever see. And it was coordinated by one of our good friends, Jill. And the entire team embraced the idea. As that team does everything together, they wear the same clothes. They always look the same. They are the consummate team. And for the coach to allow something like that, it was a pretty big moment. They've already posted it on their website. They made a nice, mention that one of the HF volleyball moms is going through cancer, and this is what they did. And you know, it's a dark journey, going through this. I'm not even going through it, but it's you see the hell, you see the invasion of the body that it takes, the toll that it takes. And as a partner, there's nothing you can do about it. You just have to sit by and watch it happen and try to be there, try to be supportive, try not to be annoying, try not to get in the way, try not to be too much, try not to be too little. It's a hard line to walk. But moments like this, what they did for her today uh, was such an amazing thing. And for that team to do what they did, to give her that moment of brightness in an otherwise dark situation, it just means the world. So I don't think HF Volleyball watches the Power Hour, but big shout out to what they did. And good luck Thursday as they continue on.
Right. Shout out volleyball. Shout out Gio for putting it all together.
Yeah, it's like I said, cancer can be a very lonely battle, but when you've got a village, it makes it a little easier to move. So that's all I have to say about that. Thoughts?
That's pretty dope. I ain't gonna lie, that's pretty dope that the team got together like that. That's pretty dope.
Red, what'd you think? It's pretty moving, right?
I just said something to Jill. Look at that. Goes quick.
Very
I know how
quick,
to-
very quick.
I'm on social media like that.
He's a
Uh,
social media maven, this guy. He's making moves that we don't even know yet. That's why Mr. Young's so dangerous.
Like that's what teamwork and camaraderie is all about. I mean, it's easy, you know, it's easy to come together. Like, let's be honest. Wrestling is such a selfish sport, you know, because we show up by ourselves, we compete in whatever match we're in, we pack our bag, and we go back home by ourselves.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10. But in a sport like volleyball, think about it. They get on the bus together, they travel together, they get dressed together, so there's this oneness. So to rally around not just our sweetheart who we love so much. Tell my girl I say I love her.
Did you hear that? She
But
loves
they rallied around their teammate because it's not just difficult for her. It's not just difficult for Steve. their son has to watch this battle, you know, and in the midst of fuck the bullshit. Let's get this kid some fucking credit. Through all the bullshit, he's taking this on like a champ and getting ready to fucking graduate.
Yeah.
We proud of you.
Yeah, we are. Sunday's the big day. We look forward to that. It's supposed to be nice weather too. It'll be a great afternoon. And like I said, there are bad things around, but if you move stuff around enough, you can see the good things too.
One thing, Cory, that I love about this family, they don't give up worth shit.
You can't. Now with this type of battle, you can't.
Dude, just period. I done been with this family for the past, I don't know, years. And
more than a decade now. More than a decade.
And when I say they hit harder than Tyson.
Well, we don't bite in the ears if that's what you're talking about.
Might as well, because they don't give a shit. Something come their way, they punch that shit right in the jaw. Call it a day. All right, so you want to meet a tougher family? I dare you to find one.
That means a lot. Thank you.
I put my other family up against anybody else.
Yeah, we've had our share of ups and downs, but in the end, we all seem to stay together and forward, and that's the whole definition of family. So
I'm starting to wonder, Cory, if like Stone Cold is like part of their family. Oh hell yeah! There's some tough son of a bitches. Oh hell yeah!
Well, like I said, if I had a Zamboni, I'd drive it to the ring. That's for sure. But again, it's like I said, in the darkest of despair, sometimes lights come out and show you the way. And today was one of those days. And she had a tough day going in. She had to go to the doctor today. She had a treatment recently, and she's like day 4 since her chemo treatment, and that's usually one of the days where she's sick and tired and doesn't feel well. So many unpleasant things happened, but she got to go there today. She was the guest of honor for the team that went out there and busted their ass to win. And, didn't get a chance to see it myself. Wish I had. I was working. But what a great moment. What great friends. What great team. Couldn't be happier if there were 2 of me. So you got to take the blessings when you have a chance, because there aren't all the blessings that you'd like, but the blessings that you get are the ones that are important. So it was a good day. Even though it wasn't a great day, it was a good day. It was good enough.
And you didn't have to shoot your AK.
I didn't have to shoot my AK. That's a funny story. We were.
I thought he said actually.
I'm gonna give you an Ice Cube story that happened to me yesterday. So we're on the road and we're coming home, and we get behind this motorcycle, and It Was a Good Day was playing loud, driving through the streets of Homewood. I couldn't see who it was. And I'm like, wow, man, that guy's rocking. He has girl on the back, and she had long weavy hair. And I'm like, man, driving through the streets of Homewood, it was a good day. He didn't have to use his AK. Pull up next to him. Man looked like fucking Santa Claus. And the woman looked like the bride in A Nightmare Before Christmas. Looked like the lady. So I was like, man, I did not expect them to be listening to that song. I mean, I felt kind of bad because I felt like maybe I was racially profiling a little bit, and I went by and I'm like, what the fuck? And I can't say that because I've jammed to that song in my car myself. That's got that forever groove. That you can bob and weave to that forever. Red, we've talked.
We've rode.
We know when hip hop was good. I don't know what the fuck is happening right now, but we know when hip hop was good.
Right. I can tell you what is going on with hip hop. Drop the button. Like what the fuck?
They don't all sound like that. There's some.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
Man, you're
hit it, 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 hit it.
I think that's a bit of an overgeneralization. That's just Red
It's
sitting
just
on his.
it's his ears can't hear that no more. The message that is given out, he can't hear it because he don't live it
Hell
no
no.
more.
I do not want to
Yeah,
hear.
lead that
The
to
young
the
lions.
YN, see right.
Y'all can have that drill music. Don't know what the fuck y'all drilling for.
He reads that old man sitting on his yard with a brown bag going, "Get out of the yard.
Yeah, I can see it.
Turn down that music."
Well, his or his AK, since
And you know what? He'll be the first one to say they ain't like us.
see,
They not.
see,
They not.
Yeah.
see.
You're all up in that shit in the Super Bowl, and now you're all shitting all over it.
That's like, man, he
But
on.
no,
That's how
Kendrick
he do it.
Lamar, he ain't nowhere near like that shit. Now his music got a message. Like, oh, okay. Everybody else, what the fuck?
Get him, Corey. Get him. Put that old
Well,
man in his place.
well, no, I mean he ain't wrong some of them, but you forget Kendrick is a retired YN. He used to, they say he used to be like that. He just reformed, and
He figured out what the money was. Thank you.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I appreciate it. My ears appreciate it.
yeah. Hey, I can always go get the bag.
My son likes Drake. That's all I have to say.
Why? Why?
Steve, he's
He
at that age
dead.
though. He's at
Hell,
that age.
I tried to
tell him
do
he
it. I tried to
dead.
listen to it. The only thing we agree on musically is he and I both love Michael Jackson. So that's all.
Okay,
All right.
That's
okay,
our only
okay,
common ground.
okay.
All
That's
right.
fine. That's
Well,
fair.
I got the
That's fair.
Michael Jackson pops. So
Every now and again, I'll throw an old Michael Jackson song that he's never heard at, and he'll be like, "I was like, hey, have you ever heard Starlight?" And he's like, "Starlight? What the fuck is that? You never heard Starlight? You call your Michael Jackson fan and you never heard Starlight? Go listen to Starlight."
has he ever watched Moonwalker?
No, never, not yet, not yet. I
So
got to get him in there. I wanted to watch Making Michael Jackson's Thriller because I wore 3 of those DVDs out back in the day. That's the first time I saw Can You Feel It? I feel like Rion Skills was one of those golden gods. That was my first introduction to him. Rion's putting this shit out on over the
Do you
people.
know? So do you know before Rion, I found an old clip somewhere where I used that song,
Yeah?
and it was like, oh, like I used it one time,
Man, that
just
song has been with me since I was 14 years old.
but I couldn't
I
stand
never
that
get tired
song
of it.
because that damn video was so damn long.
I'll take it though. It was
No.
dope. That was why
Dude.
I loved Thriller and stuff, but I loved watching Can You Feel It?
Dude, I can only watch Michael Jackson clap his hands and
A big
the
ring of
shimmy-
fire.
and the shimmy come out, and like we in 8 minutes in. Like, can somebody put a commercial in, please? Hello,
that's
commercial.
not C Ray's favorite video at all.
You know what Starlight is, right, Red?
Yeah, no,
Corey,
my
you know
favorite. So actually, my favorite video of all time,
Yeah.
is "Take on Me" by Aha,
It's a hell of a video.
because it was so different than everything that had been out before that. And it was just like you never got a video that was in the form of a comic book. So for me to be a comic book nerd, to get a video like that
You
in
like
black
that?
and white.
You should watch "Don't Answer Me" by the Alan Parsons Project because they do a comic book claymation thing, and this was back in the early 80s. This is like 83, 84. It was way ahead of its time. And then Aha
Okay.
came out and kind of took a variation on that theme, and then they blew up.
So that would be my favorite. Yeah. After that, I don't know if I have, like, Billie Jean was monumental because the goddamn ground was lighting up and shit.
Yeah.
Like Mike walking on the ground and the ground lighting up.
Thriller,
Kind of
man.
dope.
Thriller.
No, Thriller
I
was
like.
long
What
as
about Beat
shit.
It?
Beat It
I like
was
Beat It. I like Beat It.
Eddie Van
so
Halen on the guitar. Never got
Like,
paid a
and
nickel
like
for that
music
guitar
video,
solo.
Rock
Can
With
you
You was
believe
probably one
that?
of my. What about Rock With You when he had on
Oh my God, Off
the
the Wall is almost a badder record than Thriller.
so
like yeah, that
bad.
video.
Bad was my favorite until I start ripping into it. Because to this day, I want to know you in the subway, and all of a sudden, 85 motherfuckers jump out of nowhere.
Well, that was part
Where
two
were
to The
they
Wiz.
at when you were getting ready to get into a fight? That's all I want to know.
They was trying to
Michael's-
catch the train. They
That's
they
right.
met only they caught up at the next stop.
Mike has a history in the subway, man. It started at the Wiz. Remember all the shit that happened in the subway with the Cowardly Lion and the walking garbage
Again,
cans?
I want to know.
That's my favorite scene from The Wiz.
No, it's got to be you can't win. No man. You know, and you got the crows and shit.
Wait,
Mike
okay, we
ain't in
doing
there.
song. I got to go with the Tin Man.
You know,
Slide some oil to me. That's my oil.
Let
See,
it
let it
trickle down
lubricate.
my spine. Nipsey Russell is a
Steve is the
bad
man. He
motherfucker.
knows. Get this man his flowers. He knows that is the best song in the movie.
Nipsey was a bad dude in that movie.
Mabel King. Don't nobody bring me no bad news.
Oh man, Mama from What's Happening.
Of course.
Bad. She was bad.
Okay.
She was
Okay.
bad as hell. And then, so I love that song, but then she died. And then we got Can You Feel a Brand New Day? And it's like, we got to go through 7 minutes and y'all getting paint off of y'all. Really?
Yeah.
Like, y'all couldn't just have a costume and start ripping that shit off? Like,
Oh,
we
man,
gotta-
it is.
Look
We
at that
gotta watch-
7 minutes got him though. See, Red. Look at the
we
7
got to
minutes
watch
got
y'all
him.
take a shower for 7 minutes? Come
Hey,
on.
it was better than the fucking poppy field scene. That took too long.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
Look at
And
that, that's
Richard
fair.
Pryor just fucked everybody up.
Yeah, that still gets me sometimes. That like that's who the end all be all is. I'm like, of course y'all ain't finna get nothing. The moment I seen him, I'm like, y'all ain't finna get nothing.
And that's when Richard was hardcore into drugs. And someone
Exactly,
should have
that's
watched
what I
that man
was
before he
like.
had that part.
Man, I'm looking at him. You can tell. I'm like, yeah, y'all ain't finna get nothing. You ain't finna get no courage, no heart. You ain't finna get
Richard
no
was high,
brain.
man. He was high.
He don't even know
Sure
how
was
he
hot.
got there.
That was
He
when
was
he burned
high.
himself. That was when he
Exactly.
burned
He just
himself
act
up
like
with
he
a
didn't-
crack pipe.
He was high when he got there. That's how he got there. First of all, that whole movie was probably not a figment of Dorothy's imagination,
But
but
he
of
is.
his.
He was tripping.
Hey, that
Usually-
movie was all about what a bad motherfucker Quincy Jones was.
Oh,
It was
well,
that
first
moment
of all,
when it was that when
Well, first of all, don't forget who the main star was. Let's not forget about the diva herself.
Oh
Let's
no,
not forget while we was
Diana's
really there.
Hallow she's rare. And then how about at the
no,
end?
she could have kept that wig, bro. Like she could have put it in a
Come on, man.
ponytail.
You can't have
She
you
ain't
can't
had
have
nothing to
that
do with
weave
that.
in the
She
middle
ain't
of
had
that
nothing to do
thing.
with that. But Diana
No,
Ross is still Diana
We're
Ross.
not gonna believe that she's carrying a dog with the Diana Ross hair.
No, that nappy wig. Come on now. No, I'm
I mean,
sorry.
she came from the projects. That's where the tornado came up.
Right. She was was she a housekeeper or something at the beginning of the movie?
No, she was she was the wicked stepsister that had to do all the shit.
Exactly. See?
Get rid of the nappy wig. We
Well,
know
she coulda had
Diana.
it.
We know Diana's hair was nowhere near nappy.
We
under
know
that
that.
wig.
But again, it had to fit for the movie. We know what was under that wig.
You know
This
that was
has
in her
been At
contract.
the Movies with Steve, C. Red, and Cory McHenry. Next week, we will review. What are we going to review next week, boys?
Star Wars trilogy.
We'll do Star Wars next week, right?
Episode 3 is underrated.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
It's
not
actually
wrong.
one of the best ones.
He's not wrong. It's pretty good. Might be better. Might be better than Jedi. It just might be better than Jedi.
No,
Empire Strikes Back is the best. though.
no. No,
Close, very
Jedi,
close.
Jedi for Empire Strikes Back, for me to get the iconic line,
Empire Strikes Back is the
Luke,
best one
I
of all
am your
time.
father. Luke, I am your father.
Hey,
Like
for me,
that
Empire
fucked
is number one.
everybody up. That fucked everybody up. First of all, let's put it in perspective. First of all, Luke was trying to have incest with his damn twin sister in the very first one. Like,
Yeah, but if they don't tell you it's your sister,
but still, so we were like, oh shit. Oh, okay. And then we find out that's his sister. Okay, that's fucked up.
I mean,
Okay.
let's put it in perspective. What
And
if,
then we
what,
go
what
into
if you were Luke Skywalker and Renee was Princess Leia?
Oh, hell no. Fuck that. No. No.
I just wanted to get that out there.
No.
My only thing about that scene is Luke's reaction to hearing it.
Why?
Like,
It was too corny?
yeah, like,
No.
like, why was that your reaction? Why are you hanging? First of all, no, that's not what you do.
Well,
We-
first of all, and I love Steve, so I hope Steve don't take this personal. But that's why you know Luke was not a nigga. Because we would have been like, then where the fuck you been?
Right, exactly right. I found out my daddy is Darth Vader. My first thing is not finna be holler at the top of my lungs. It's finna be, I have questions. Why did I grow up poor? Where you been? Like, you have everything and I
Right,
had
like
nothing.
I'm about to question his ass down.
well, if Darth Vader's
I
his dad,
need
doesn't that
something
make
right
him
now.
mixed
I need a
anyway?
room.
What?
Doesn't that make him mixed anyway? If Darth
No,
Vader's
because
his
Darth
dad?
Vader was charcoal at that point.
Ah, Darth Vader was motherfucking James Earl Jones, man.
Yeah.
Well,
If
that was
anything,
the
that boy's
voice.
mixed.
That was the voice.
I don't
Then
care.
you set the box off. Luke. Like, what the fuck? Like, that ended it for me. Like, really, like, now you just decrepit old person. You done got fat. Like, okay. Like, all right. And
Well,
am I
always
the
say-
only one that got mad that Samuel L. Jackson, as the Jedi, did not get to say motherfucker one time in Star Wars?
He almost did. It was close. It was close.
It was
But
no.
it's
I
for
need
the
the
children,
whole.
see, Red.
Hey,
I
he's going to
need
get
the
his
whole-
own series at some point. The
I need the whole.
new Star Wars series is coming.
I need the whole thing. I need the whole thing.
That was for the children, so he couldn't say it.
Oh, well.
Merchandise. These merchandise action figures. You know how it is.
Oh.
You work TV.
Yeah, you can't have the guy. You can't
Look,
buy
you work
the action
TV.
figure of the guy that said all the kids would be like motherfucker in the Death Star.
See, right. See, Red know this. He worked TV. He know.
Yeah, you know.
Right.
All right, before we wrap out of here and get out of here, this Saturday, there it is. There's all your information. Roller Derby, Chicago Knockouts, the Haunters, First Directional Rumblers, the Miners. These are the kids. Our show daughter, Hazel, will be doing her thing as Magic. So I invite you all to come out for one of the last times. If you're ever going to get out there, we have 2 shows left at the HF Auditorium. I've been pounding on a soapbox for years to get out there and see it. Get out there and see it before it's too late. It's going to be great fun. Thanks tonight to Cameron Wayne for coming on and being a great guest. Thanks to Cory McHenry for coming on and being far more than a correspondent, a movie expert, like Siskel and Ebert up in this shit. Thanks to Cory for coming on tonight. It's great to have you as always. Red, it's always a pleasure working with you. Cactus Rack, we missed you tonight. We'll catch you next time. Rion Skills. Throw them up, boys.
The tribal liaison. Shout out.
Tribal liaison. There will be more shows. Let me see what we're doing next week because I have forgotten. Oh, I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to let it be a surprise. So there will be a show next Tuesday.
You can't. It won't be a surprise because you got to send me the flyer. So
I'll send you the flyer. I'm not telling these people who's going to be on because then they won't watch. Well, they won't watch anyway. But that's neither here nor there. For Cory McHenry,
man, that could be like 4 people that I can think of off the top of my head.
he must have. It's got to be Santino. It's got to be. It's gotta be.
You want me to
they're
bring
not
Nick and Santino? I don't think Santino could use Zoom. I think I'd have to, there'd be a tutorial. Maybe
Dude,
we'll invite Santino to the series finale.
if it's Santino, we gotta start the show like at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And maybe we'll be done by 10. Because I talk like this.
I
Well, it ain't
can't
gonna.
do
It's just
6
gonna be
hours
6
of
hours
that.
of Nick Diamond.
I can't do 6 hours of that. No, sir.
6 hours of Nick Diamond. I'm gonna fight Nick Diamond.
Good Lord.
Nick Diamond is a butthole. And he did not touch my
Wow. All right. I don't think we can end this better than we just did. For C Red, Cory McHenry, I'm Steve. We will catch you on the flip side. See you next
Santino.